It's 2 o'clock, good afternoon, and welcome to LJ News. Heavy fog lingers in the Wonnangatta Valley long into its autumn mornings. In one of its most remote corners are the charred remains of a burnt-out campsite, now strewn with the butchered remains of deer carcasses left behind by hunters. This macabre spot is at the centre of a case that has mystified Victorians and stumped police. Carol Clay, a much-loved former leader of the Victorian Countrywomen's Association, made her way here on a trip with her lover, Alpine Valley regular Russell Hill, in March 2020. The pair, aged in their early 70s, hasn't been since. Park's Victoria lists tracks into the valley as very difficult, and its rocky, steep inclines, rugged bush, and sodden clay descents can land drivers in serious trouble if not navigated with skill. Wild dog numbers in the area have exploded in the past decade alongside sambar deer, an insatiable attraction for hunters from across Australia. The former Liberal MP has ridden horses into Wonnangatta more times than he can remember and says its seclusion and beauty lures visitors back time and time again. It's pretty magical. Probably the most endearing thought I have of Wonnangatta is a still night, bright moonlight in the autumn, and at about 3 a.m. while we were all in our swags, some dingoes started up on the ridge, he says. Stacked safely inside cardboard boxes at his Mansfield home are years of painstaking research into the killing of Jim Barclay, shot with his own gun and buried in a sandy riverbank 420 metres away from his Wonnangatta homestead. Barclay's body, alongside that of his cook John Bamford, were found months apart in February and November 1918, more than 100 years before Hill and Clay's disappearance. Also, they have heard the wild dogs. Members of the Australian Deer Association, they say illegal spotlighters are a real and growing problem in the remote area. We did have some spotlighters come in last time, says Brian. We'd hear the shots. We hate it. But what do you do from them and then they threaten you? A year before he vanished, Hill traded in his bottle jumper for a shiny new four-wheel drive, decking it out with everything needed for camping deep in the bush. It's part of the reason Ashlyn is convinced foul play is behind his friend's disappearance. Russell was a pretty protective sort of bloke, says Ashlyn, and if somebody comes doing the wrong thing and ruffled feathers, he would have challenged them. He says Hill's wife, Robin, has had a year of anguish. She's doing it hard. She wants to see answers and move on. I believe it's only going to be a matter of time. Enough alcohol and somebody is going to open their mouth.